Well, another week, another Henry Cavill rumor. We've been hearing for a long time about multiple paths of Henry Cavill finding his way into the MCU, and after he appeared as the Cavalrine in Deadpool and Wolverine, well, fans are pretty sure they don't want him to leave. Now we've got a new rumor report that suggests he could be front and center with one of Marvel's major characters in an upcoming series. So let's take a couple minutes to talk about one of our favorite British actors and the possibilities of him being part of Nova. Well, we don't go very many months without talking about Henry Cavill and the possibility of him taking up a big role inside the MCU. He did appear in Deadpool and Wolverine as a Wolverine variant, but many fans want to see him have a much bigger presence, and there have been many roles suggested. One that comes up quite often is Captain Britain, but Captain Britain doesn't even appear to be on the horizon at Marvel Studios, but someone is, and that would be Nova. Now, to be fair, Henry Cavill's time as Superman really did come to an undignified end, and that whole situation post-Black Adam, well, that was embarrassing. Cavill was pretty much left hanging out to dry, and I'm sure his relationship with Warner Brothers at this point is not very good. Personally, I've said for a long time, for Cavill to come into the MCU as a regular, he needs the right part and the right project. And based on some recent reports, Marvel might have a good match. But this is not from a trade or Kevin Feige, so we're taking it with a massive grain of salt. Now, this report does come via My Time to Shine Hello, and what they've delivered is a rather vague claim saying, and I quote, Henry Cavill is being eyed for a role in the Nova show. Now, quite honestly, I can't imagine Cavill taking a supporting role, so this absolutely would suggest to me that if he does become part of the Nova project, he would take up the role of Richard Rider. Now, all this is a pretty curious turning of events. We do know Cavill is deeply involved in his own project, Warhammer 40,000, and that is indeed a series, so I don't think this being a series from Marvel would keep Cavill from the role. I do think one of the big blockers is potential timing, because that project, and several others he's currently involved in, definitely could stand in the way of him finding his way into the overall Annihilation story, which will kick off in Nova. Additionally, if Cavill were to sign with Marvel, well, he would have to commit to a lot of projects. That Annihilation story is going to lead into the Avengers, and this would require Cavill to sign a multi-picture or multi-project deal. I think after being burned by DC in the way that he did, and the fallout from all of that, Cavill clearly was not happy and loved playing Superman. Well, he might not be too inclined to lean into a project that he's going to have to commit several years of his life, and he doesn't have creative control. His upcoming Warhammer project, he's a producer, so he can kind of exercise a lot of creative and personal control over that project. Should he come to work for Marvel, he definitely won't get that. Now, do I think Cavill will ultimately be Nova? Well, I'm completely up in the air on that one. I wouldn't mind seeing him play the character, and he's definitely the kind of name that if Marvel Studios was able to add him, well, it would bring a lot of attention to the project. He definitely would be a good fit for what we're hearing about the project, essentially being Starship Troopers with a Nova Corps, but that doesn't mean he'll actually take it until I get some real confirmed news on Henry Cavill. Well, we've been burned on these rumors so many times, I simply can't get invested in this particular one. Obviously, we're going to follow the news about Nova and everything going on in the MCU. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And if we can get any kind of solid news on Henry Cavill being part of Nova, we'll bring it to you right away. Now, before you take off though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the bell for all the updates. We do daily Marvel and DC videos, and we want to be your place for all the real, truthful superhero news, and we're going to bring it to you truthfully and transparently so you are really, really in the know.